I think the rest of the chicken coop's gonna fall down around that board. Hey guys, it's a new day. We had some rain last night. The roof kept everything dry. Real happy with that. We've got one side to close in with a hinge door. We're going to get working on that today and wrap this thing up. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay, so we want the finished thing to be 92 by 22 and a half. So let's first talk about the 22 and a half.
Okay.
There's 22 and a half.
Okay.
It barely makes it up to that, and the hinge is going to push it up a little bit, so that's good.
Okay.
I think that size works.
Right. I agree
Let's
with that.
check it over here too, 22 and a half. Again, it's going to sit up a little bit on the hinge, so I'm good with the 22 and a half.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the 96. Is it coming all the way to here, or is it just closing in this hole? Let's see where 96 gets us.
I think it's 92.
Oh, 92, sorry.
No worries.
92 gets us to here.
To the edge of the 4x4?
Yes.
About the edge of this.
Right to the edge of the 4x4.
Okay.
Or right to the edge of the 2x4 rather, the
Okay.
lip that we put on.
So
That's
it's
exactly
correct.
92. So I think we can use those dimensions.
Okay. That works for me.
And it's split right down the middle, and
Yep.
that's where that piece of trim goes. It's going to be the same place here.
Yep.
I think we should run full-length trims long ways first, and then cut this one to fit in between the two.
So in the instructions, they don't actually have one going down the middle. But I agree with you. I think there should be one.
Well, if we're going to back it with OSB, you might not need it.
Right.
For rigidity.
Right.
We can put it on there for aesthetics if we want.
Mm-hmm.
don't think it gets much better than that.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. They've got the latches on the going into the side piece of trim, which we don't have on yet.
Okay.
But I'm also thinking we might need to get a slightly bigger piece of trim again because of OSB. Because you got that?
Yeah.
So like looking at the book, it's the piece of trim, so like the latch would come out from here, the piece of trim that in theory is like secured here, and sticks out to here, right? So like in theory that's a little bit bigger piece of trim.
All right, guys. So, Joe, we're going to call it a day.
Okay.
We accomplished what we set out to do. We built the door. We got it installed on a piano hinge. Everything lined up well. What do you think?
I think it turned out great. We had a little bit of a challenge we ran into with the trim, and we had to make a custom trim piece to go here to cover up the edge of our door, but I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. What about you?
Yeah, it's great. We got to use the planer and the router, and yeah. So we're going to call it a day, and I'm going to put some paint on this, and we'll cut a hole for the ramp for the chickens, and we'll build a nesting box, and this project will be done.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.